Hello YouTube, this is Kiryu904, and it's the spooky season yet again, which means it's time for this year's Foreign Fright Fest. Last year, I covered the 2007 Spanish found footage movie, Wreck, so I thought it appropriate to start this marathon off with its sequel, Wreck 2, released in 2009, once again directed by Jaume Balaguero and Paco Plaza, as well as written by both along with Manu Diaz. Just a quick warning before we begin, this review will contain spoilers. We immediately begin after the events of the first film, following a doctor from the Spanish Ministry of Health, Dr. Owen, accompanied by an armed geo team on a mission to discover just what went down in the quarantine department. Upon entering, they make their way up to the penthouse and find nothing. Going back down, though, they're soon beset by the zombified residents. One of their members, Martos, becomes infected, but Owen manages to hold him back with prayers until they trap him in another room. After heading back upstairs, the team interrogate Owen about who he really is, and it's revealed that he's actually a priest sent by the Vatican. He explains that a possessed girl, Tristana Medeiros from the previous movie, was brought to the penthouse by another priest, Father Albelda, to study her demonic infection in the hopes of developing a cure. Things went south, obviously, and Owen was tasked with finding out what happened. He tells the team that they need to acquire a sample of Tristana's blood to create a cure, and, after dealing with some infected children experimented on by Albelda, they find a refrigerated vial of her blood stored in an air duct. Owen then tests the blood with prayer for confirmation. Unfortunately, the rest of the vial that one of the team was holding catches fire, causing him to drop it. A now pissed off Owen reaffirms that they must complete the mission of finding a blood sample. They exit the penthouse and are spooked by the appearance of the father of the infected girl from the first film, Jennifer, who is shot and sent tumbling over the stairwell. More civilians, who have a camera, are spotted, who Owen insists they capture since their mission is supposed to be secret. Before the team can do this, more possessed residents attack, separating another of the group, Lara, from the rest. He's quickly trapped in a bathroom and, with no way out, takes his own life. The team's leader argues with Owen, who says that they need to locate Tristana to obtain another blood sample before they're ambushed by an infected Jennifer. Owen attempts to interrogate her to find out Tristana's whereabouts, but he fails and the girl is killed. We then cut to earlier in the movie, focusing on the civilians Owen saw, who are a bunch of idiot teenagers. They witness Jennifer's father convince a firefighter to sneak him into the quarantine department and decide to follow them in. After messing around with a discarded handgun, the three are caught by the father and firefighter, who try to escape only to find that they've been sealed in. The group attempt to search for Jennifer only to be attacked by her zombified mother, who bites the father. She's dealt with, but they're soon menaced by snipers from outside. Jen's father rushes upstairs, where he's shot by the Geo team. The teens and firefighter flee, only to be tricked by the infected Martos, imitating Jennifer's voice, into letting him out of the room that he was locked in. The firefighter is attacked, and the girl in the group, Meyer, tries to save him, but ends up accidentally shooting him before actually taking Martos out. The traumatized teens are then found by Owen and the Geo team, who learn that one of them is infected. They chase down and catch the kid, while locking the two others in a separate room, who are strangely never seen or heard from again. It's here where the group encounters the only survivor from the first movie, Angela Vidal, clutching her video camera. Soon after, Owen questions the possessed teen about Tristana's location, and learns that she's kept in a certain room in the penthouse, only accessible in complete darkness, which they can find and navigate using the night vision on Angela's camera. The four venture back upstairs, and, sure enough, they find a hidden door leading to a secret room. After searching around, they find a well placed further back, where Tristana emerges and drags in one Geo member, Fernandez. Everyone panics until Angela tells them to be quiet so the possessed girl can't find them. After what I admit is a tense scene of Tristana wandering very close to the protagonist while sniffing the air, Owen's radio goes off, causing Medeiros to attack, but luckily Angela blows her head off with a shotgun blast. This angers Owen, with him saying he needed her to get a blood sample, which I don't see why he can't still do that. I mean, her body is still pretty fresh. Angela and the last Geo member, Rosso, urge him to order their evacuation, although he refuses. In response, Angela assaults the priest and shoots Russo dead. Owen then receives the horrifying revelation that the demon that possessed Tristana now inhabits Angela before she kills him. The entity mimics his voice over the radio and informs the authorities that the mission is accomplished, ordering them to evacuate Angela and that he'll be staying behind due to him being infected. The very last scene flashes back to the end of the first wreck, where it's revealed that Tristana transferred the demon, in parasitic form, to the reporter via her mouth. Angela awakens and runs off with her camera just as Owen and the Geo team enter the penthouse, which is where the movie ends. I found Rec 2 a bit comparable to the film Aliens. While it had plenty of scary moments, it did lean more into action than the first Rec. This time around, a good chunk of the main cast are well-armed soldiers going up against the zombified residents, and being less than prepared for what they encounter. You have someone amongst them with an ulterior motive for why he's there, and even one of their members quickly loses his composure when the mission goes awry. The characters were a bit more stereotypical than those from the previous film, and some were less tolerable than others, mainly those dumbass teens. While I enjoyed the action scenes for the most part, the shaky cam was a little worse here than in Rec. At the very least, the gore effects were still pretty good. So you might have fun with Rec 2 if you like a little more action in your horror, though it is less suspenseful than its predecessor. Well, that concludes the first installment of this year's Foreign Fright Fest. Tune in next time as we take a look at a British-German co-production featuring blood-sucking creatures of the night. Be sure to leave a comment, thumbs up if you enjoyed this movie review, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. You can also follow me on Twitter. Goodbye, and have a good day, everyone.